Kia ora, Tainui. Hello, how are we feeling tonight? Good. Hey, right up the top, I've got a bit of a confession to make. I am Māori, but I didn't join the kapahaka group at school, so this is my matatini. Kia ora, thank you. And all you Māoris in the crowd, please don't judge me, okay? I went to an all-girls Catholic school in Ponsonby. There's a point where if the teacher running the kapahaka group is a blonde Pākehā lady called Miss Ireland, it actually becomes anti-Māori to join, okay? So instead I joined the Tongan group. Sure. Mostly because it was co-ed with St. Paul's. And now, totally unrelated, I have a beautiful half-Tongan baby, so... Malo. Because I'm bicultural, I sort of work it to my benefit. So when you're bicultural, you have to do this thing called code switching, right? Which is when you sort of change the way that you talk, the way that you act so that you can fit into different spaces. Like when I need to make a complaint, I code switch to Susan from Karaka. And then when I applied for uni, I was Māori, so... Did not finish my degree. But luckily, I am the oldest of 5, so there's 4 other siblings to sort of like try hard. And they're all very talented. I'm very lucky because I have a really supportive family. My dad always encouraged us to, do what makes us happy, follow our dreams. Unfortunately, my dream is to mock them in front of hundreds of people. But he was very supportive, completely supportive dad, but also totally oblivious, right? So I have 2 very clearly queer siblings in the family. This man, absolutely no idea. No idea. My youngest sibling, particularly, very clearly gay right from the get-go. My brother, he walked out of his room wearing these 6-inch heels, right? Struts out. My dad took one look at him and was like, "Boy, you better get those bloody heels off, because if you roll your ankle, you're not going to be able to go to ballet tomorrow. Is that what you want?" But I am very grateful for my parents. My mum, she's a great lady as well. She's the Pākehā one. But she also, she studied at Te Wānanga. She grew up out south. She married a Māori in the 80s when it was still a bit risque. Yeah. And sometimes because of all of these things, sometimes I do actually forget that she's Pākehā until she does some real Pākehā shit. Yeah. The best example that I can think of is that she bought a dog. She paid money for a dog, okay? I've never seen this happen in my life, okay? One time a cat followed me home from school. My dad was like, "That's your cat now." And I'm not a dog person, right? I'm a food person. I didn't know what kind of dog this is. Do you fellas know what a cavoodle is? I thought that was caviar noodles, okay? But no, it's a very fancy dog. And look, whatever, the dog is fine, but do you have any idea how embarrassing it is to have a cavoodle when you live in Manurewa, okay? Our next door neighbour's dog is called Blaze. And he's a mean pity, just finished a lag and a pound, got a little teardrop tattoo. And then there's our dog, Molly. I was so embarrassed, bro. I was like, "Mum, can we please call the dog a different name?" She was like, No, we're not traumatising the dog like that. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Look, I've worked in marketing. What we need here is a full rebrand, okay? So I got on the phone for some of the boys down the line, and I can happily say that from next year, the official logo of the mongrel mob will be a cavoodle, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of saying, "Hoo, hoo," they're going to say, "Yep, yep." Hey, you guys have been a wonderful crowd. Have a great night. Pō marie.